If women weren't chasing the biological clock, some would choose different. What this mean is, if women are not rushing to be like, oh, I'm getting old, I won't be able to give birth anymore, oh my god, I've not even found a partner and I'm almost 30, most of them will not enter the wrong marriage. Most of them will not be regretful parents. Let me roll this clip for you all to watch to the end, and I'll come back and talk about it.
But to convince women that they won't be fertile at 40 and 50 just to get them to do it young is crazy. I believe the program is set up that way to catch women before they are wise enough, before their frontal lobe is fully developed enough to know what they truly want out of life. This is why there are many women that get married and have kids and have regrets. Yeah. You may think I'm making this up, but I work in this industry, so I know, right? There are many women that regret their life decisions, but are too scared to come out and tell someone that they actually know for the fear of being judged or for the fear of being shunned or condemned, right? I am not saying marriage is a bad thing. I'm not saying having kids is a bad thing. And I am not saying that you shouldn't try to have kids as young as you possibly can if that's your life plan. I'm saying rushing into something that you don't quite feel ready for because you've been told that socially that's the right time is a lie. One is not more important than the other. Your career can matter to you, and being a mother can also matter to you. As a matter of fact, the career can afford you being able to freeze your eggs, can afford you being able to get a surrogate, can afford you being able to do adoption. But having kids early doesn't afford you a career. Are you following? They won't be fertile at 40 and 50 just to get them to do it young.
But what about the child? Do y'all ever think of that? I was in elementary school when my mother started showing signs of menopause. I was just getting out of college and my mother got a pacemaker. And the sheer terror. I have never been young. I know that sounds crazy, but people have always thought I was an old soul. Why do you think that is? I'm an old egg. My mother had me in her late 30s, so I know what I'm talking about. And y'all want to have kids in your 40s and 50s? Are you kidding me? I'm lucky that my mother's still here, but for a good 10, 12 years it was tough. 20 and 30-year-old women, don't let this be you. The don't settle, or I'm just going to focus on my career, or I can do better than him. I can do better than him. Your children will pay the price for your decisions.
Wow, she makes so much sense in my own opinion. What is your take on this? Men tend to get married early 20s and they tend to regret earlier. They regret later in life that why did they get married so early. I remember when I was in my 19 or something, I was like, I'm gonna get married when I'm 25. Everybody was like, we don't get married when they are 23. This one was like, I'm going to have all my children before 30. That was the idea sold to us, that we have to do everything we have to do before we get to the age of 30. And age of 30 was like a scary age that, as a woman, if you're not in a relationship, you don't have children, made it so like, oh my god, you're entering into the age that you're not going to see any partner anymore. You won't be able to conceive. Like, they made that to me when I was growing up, or to me, or they were using that age to scare we girls then. And to be honest, I was afraid to. I was like, hey, 30 years old, 30 years old, blah blah blah. I have one other video to play and share with you all, a reaction to the video I just posted. Let's watch the videos together and I'll be back.
But to convince women that they won't be fertile at 40 and 50.
Exactly. Most of the research and the facts around women's fertility is super biased, it's sexist, it's informed by patriarchy. I made a list. The biological clock. Where's the evidence of this actually existing? And what I want to talk is, why don't we ever address that men have a biological clock? Yeah. From an evolutionary perspective, if a man wants to be around for a long time to protect and to provide for his children, he's not going to wait until he's 50, 60, 70 to have children, because he wants to be around to make sure they survive. So this is frustrating that the rules are different for women than for men, and it's actually not even true, because men's fertility and the healthiness of their sperm, I think it's called motility, how fast it swims, declines with age. Secondly, some women are childless, and then they witness the divorce wave. They witness how terrible a lot of men are as fathers and partners and all the health effects, and they decide not to have children. So they go from being childless to child-free. Those women aren't trying to have babies, so they're not part of this pool of older women who are going to the doctor to try to have babies. So that's a skewed pool of women who maybe weren't fertile in their 20s, but have waited until their 30s to find that out. And lastly, cui bono? Notice that the fertility doctors are encouraging egg freezing, and all this pressure is on women, again, to do the family planning, to spend the $10,000 to freeze the eggs and then have them at the bank every year. Become so skeptical because obviously if you meet someone when you're 25 to 30 and he's going to be an amazing father and he's really excited and engaged and can provide, then yeah. But that's not the reality for most women. And so she's right. If you wait past a certain age and you realize the actual reality, a lot more women are going to opt out of children, which really is radical and revolutionary in the context of the last however many hundreds of years.
Kindly put your thoughts, your comments, your opinion down in the comment section. I kind of love today's video. So going back to this video, the first one that was played, I love the parts that she said that you can choose between career and you can also choose between being a mom. But if you're wise, you will choose your career, because when you choose career, you can still be a mom after you have your own money. But when you choose to be a mom, having your own money is going to be very difficult for you. I'm not saying mothers don't get rich, but be able to hustle on your own without a child is easier than hustling on your own or hustling with children or a child. So you can practically freeze your eggs, adopt, do other things. If you still want to be a mom, focus on yourself first. Know what you want. Be sure that you really want to have these children. Be sure that you really want to have this child before you rush into it, not just because they're telling you that your biological clock is clicking. And mind you, it's not only women that their biological clock are clicking. These men, the older they get, they are, doesn't, both men and women tend to lose their stamina when they are getting old. It is not just we women, but they just make it look as if they just put everything on our head. We are the only ones. We are the only ones that have to rush. And talking about the second video, she said some women are childless. Childless means you want to have a child, but probably due to biological issue, it's not coming. And from being childless, these women tend to be child-free. Before, I was mixing those two words before, but now I understand that being childless is different from being child-free. So why are they moving from childless to child-free? Is because they've seen that even people that are having these children, they are coming out to say, don't do it because my life is miserable, don't do it. The honest ones are coming out to say it's not what it feels like, and the divorce rates are rising, and you see single women with thinking of 5 children just because she's the only one, just because the husband is cannot do anything. You see women regretting, you see women admiring child-free women living their lives, and they be like, I wish I chose this path. You see older women that are old telling you that one biggest regret I have was I would have stayed child-free, or I wouldn't have had children, or I wouldn't have even gotten married. So women that are childless are now embracing the fact that it's not bad. I can also be child-free as well. And this is not just childless people that switch to child free. There are young people coming up that are not even married, or people that just got married, and they are seeing people that have been married for years that are being honest, because it's not all mothers that are honest to themselves. Some are just, lying. They want you to be miserable just like them. But when they meet people that are honest and they tell them, okay, this is the reality, most of them opt out giving birth. So this all get married when you're 25, 20. You see mothers or parents or even society pressuring ladies, girls that are just clocking 2021. Where's your boyfriend? Where's your husband? Why have you not brought the husband home? Oh, you have to do this. This how it's cool for your husband. Everything about husband, 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 husband. They will even tell you are focusing on your career too much. You will not find a man like that. They're centering our lives around men so that whatever we are doing it for them. And I feel like why they are doing it to girls earlier like that is for us to be brainwashed, because at that stage, at that early 20s, you don't even know what you're doing. You don't even know what you want as a person. You don't even know what you would like later on. You don't know what you will later hate. Probably you're just doing whatever you're doing because they tell you it's the right thing to do. For example, going to school. For example, doing this, like you're just doing it because that is what society is telling you that that's the normal thing to do. So when it comes to marriage and giving birth, it is also the things that you've seen that is the normal thing to do. That is why they are pressuring people that are in their early 20s, girls that are early 20s, to do it fast so that they can catch them young. That's the word. They catch girls early young so that, you know what to do. Get married when you're 22. When you're 23, have your first child. Have your second child, 24, 25, you're done. You're back to your body. When you're 30, you're already living your life. These are lies sold to women. Sold to girls that this is the right thing to do. At that age, these girls don't even know what they want. Later on, you see them regretting when they're in their 30s and they feel like, not all people regret. I'm not saying all parents regret, not all parents, but most regret, and they wish that they had waited. Some will even say that, now that I'm 30 or 35, I wish I never had a child, blah, 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 blah. I wish I never got married to this. Some even start getting divorced because they are not seeing the true color of their husband. So it's like a lie sold to we girls to, catch us young when we don't even know what we want. When we are like, what do I even do with my life? What am I even going to do? At that point, you don't even know what you want. You're just listening to what people are telling you and you're practically doing it. Because you cannot, when you're in your 30s, you should know what you want at that age. I feel like that is when you have clarity of who you are and you know that, okay, this is the right thing for me to do. At that age, I don't think anybody wants to be convincing you that you have to get married. You have to be like, I'm going to get married when I want to get married. Like, you are confident of what you chose compared to when you're in your 20s. My own opinion. That's basically my own opinion. Let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. I actually wish this video has a lot of stitches I'm bringing up for you all to watch today. Thank you all so much for sticking around to this point. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe, and kindly turn on post notification bell so you can get notified when I upload interesting video like this one. I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.